These guys have been in business for quite some time. They became an RVP in 18 months, but this is what they said. They said the income is cool. They make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, but the most important part of the business to them is the fact that they have a legacy. They're second generation Primericans. Guys, raise your hand if you had a job that you'd like to pass to somebody in your life. Ain't nobody doing that. Because you can't do it, number one. Number two, you don't want to. Guys, these guys, his dad was so in love with the business that he passed it on to him, and they went and built and also made a bunch of money. Give it up for the awesome Jim Martinson!
That would be Jim and Julie Martinson. We are here today to talk about the Crusade, and I want to give you a couple of scenarios that have taken place. This was from a rep in our organization.
You know, it's like listening to
A couple of years ago, a coworker had asked my rep about a Roth IRA, and she said, yeah, we could take care of that as well as maybe do an F&A for your young family situation. And the potential client said, well, because of changes that are happening in our life right now, let's hold off until we have a better handle on our budget. And our rep said, okay, that's fine, not wanting to press. And so my agent left that company and went to work somewhere else. And just recently, a Facebook friend request popped up. And she was like, oh, I need to reach out. So she clicked on it. And a day or so later, this former coworker's wife replied and said, I need to inform you that my husband was tragically killed in a car accident on March 28th. And now listen, this could happen to anybody, right? But it's a great reminder to skill up. We can have a crusade in our heart, but if you're not skilled to close the sale, a tragedy will occur someday. My second scenario is another Primerica rep had been after this particular family on more than one occasion, and he was tenacious about getting after them. And finally, in 2015, this family got their life insurance in place. I was delivering a death claim last month to this wife, and she sat across from me and I asked her what happened, expecting to hear, well, he got sick and he just didn't make it. And she continued to state that they had new neighbors recently move in on the side-by-side duplex, and the new neighbors liked loud music and late nights. And one particular night it went on late and things escalated the next morning. So the wife suggested to her husband, you know, come with me to take our 3-year-old and our 7-year-old to school and then spend the day at our older daughter's home so we're not here. And the husband agreed. The wife went on to her second job, and a little while later, the wife got a call from a detective that she needed to go home immediately. The husband had left the daughter's house and went home. And when the wife drove up, she saw a body with a sheet covering it and knew it was her husband. Her 42-year-old husband had been shot in broad daylight, and as of just 2 days ago, the arrest was made. This wife is so grateful that the Primerica rep stayed after her and sold her on the value of life insurance so that she would continue to pay those premiums no matter how hard their budget got. She is focused now on moving her kids out of the questionable part of town to be around people who want to make something of their lives and who work hard to be better. She wants to teach her small children that the world is not as bad as it seems. I told her Primerica was made for someone just like you. Our business has spanned over 33 years, and from our first death claim on a 31-day-old baby born to some of our agents to this last scenario involving murder, we've paid almost $24 million in death claims. We have just under $1 billion face amount in force. You can have a crusade, but if you're not skilled enough to overcome the objections and close the sale, you just heard what could happen. Once you have the crusade and are skilled, there will be no stopping you, and you can change your community and change the world. Please help me welcome Jim Martinson.
All right. What we do is change people's lives. I mean, I couldn't think of a better way to introduce this part than Julie's stories from tragically, that first death claim was a baby, by the way, that was prematurely born. We cover our babies from 15 days from the moment of birth. So when you have a child rider on our contract, that's how that works. It's incredible. So that is why we do what we do. So let's talk about another why. It's simple. Financial literacy is so critical in this country today. It's simple. Financial illiteracy can ruin your life, can ruin your relationships, your marriages, and eventually our communities. And I see it all the time. People ask me all the time, Jim, I feel overwhelmed. You know, there's so many people and so much need. I said, the way we start to change that is we start with ourselves. And that starts right here, right now. Who are we crusading against, really? Look at this. Insurance companies, corporate America, banks, credit card companies, finance companies, student loan companies, the tax man, investment companies, identity thieves, right? Just to name a few, right? Look at this. Financial illiteracy and debt, wow, can lead to mental and physical problems. It's more than 13 times more likely to lose sleep at night. 7 times as likely to have severe anxiety. Want to know why people are laying awake at night? It's because they're afraid. They don't know how they're going to take care of their future. They don't know how they're going to take care of their kids. Almost 7 times as likely to take stress out on other people. 6 times as likely severe depression. 4 times likely to have ulcer and digestive problems. And 2 times as likely to have heart problems and migraines. Look at this. This is crazy. Young people in college debt. Just a few years ago, Controlling Your Life, Sally Mae. Outstanding student debt is being talked about every day. It was on the front page of the USA paper just a few days ago. It's over $1.46 trillion now. Sally Mae, now Navien, charges students 20 times the rate that they get that money for. I think that's a tragedy, don't you? Yeah. It's crazy. Banks collected last year over $30 billion in overdraft fees. That's just another way of saying that banks took $30 billion from people that couldn't afford it, right? Crazy. Look at this. I've been in the business for a long time. These were some of the books that I studied when I looked at this business, and I said, you know what? These can't all be wrong. Mortality merchants. What's wrong with your life insurance? Life insurance, the great national consumer dilemma by Vanita Van Castle. You can find all this stuff out there still. How life insurance policies rob you. The insurance trap. Stop wasting your dollars. The life insurance industry learning what's happened. The FTC report of 1979. It hasn't changed. They're still selling that crap. Then Consumer Reports came out a few years after all these things. Say it's time to buy life insurance. If you're going to do it, buy it from Primerica, the king of term. See, what are we for? What are we for? Just look at what we bring to the table. We help them understand and automate the rules of money. See, the problem in today's society, if we don't automate it, it's not going to happen. How to divorce our debtors. It doesn't take age to retire, it takes money. What insurance companies don't want us to know. How to dramatically reduce our taxes and get an immediate increase in your take-home pay. Understanding the credit scoring game. How to obtain, maintain, and fix credit. Do we do all that? Yes. Ideas to increase monthly cash flow. We add hundreds of dollars a monthly to their bottom line. Look at this example. Another life insurance company recently I picked up. Husband had $250,000, wife had $250,000, nothing on the kids. Spending $314 a month with $215,000 of cash value at 65. Look what we did. $250,000 on the husband, $250,000 on the wife, $25,000 on the kids for $72 a month, 35-year level term. We took that $241 a month difference at 10% in mutual funds at age 65 in a Roth IRA. That's $1.2 million. Just changing that around. All available tax-free. Fill up and do better, you got to get there, right? You see, in the end, isn't it about your why? That's my why. We can not only make $1 billion difference in other people's lives, we can take our family's from financial independence to making a financial impact. God bless.